What about that new movie? What was it called? Man on the Moon?
Man on the Moon was freaking Jim Carrey.
Oh, no, that new movie that had Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum in it. It was about the fake moon landing. How they filmed a fake moon landing in case the real one didn't go planned. But of course, in the movie, the real one actually happened. But it was almost like they're literally putting it in our freaking faces that they faked it all, showing how they could fake it and how they did fake it. And how, you think about how the F did they get the camera? If Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon, how the F did they get the camera on there to film everything? You know what I mean? That's it. No joke. It's almost like it's a true story, and they're throwing in our freaking faces how they faked the moon landing without telling us they faked it by faking a fake movie about the fake landing, about it not being fake, but they filmed the real one. So it's almost like they're like, yeah, it really happened this way. Yeah. But no, for real. Just think it. Just say it. Welcome to Real Talk After Dark, where we keep it real about life and film. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
How's the audience doing tonight?
All three or less of you on Spotify that made us a #1
sounds like they're
podcast.
doing great. All
what?
right.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
You knew about that.
At the end of the year, we were
like
ranked
number
as a number one
like
podcast
3 people.
with 3 or less viewers.
Like 3 people we were like their most listened to.
Oh, nice.
Strange.
Yeah. So number 1 is number 1.
If you don't mind though, before we get into the topic tonight,
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
I need to rant on this for a minute.
Oh boy.
So
Let's get real.
So it is on life and film. So unfortunately, we just heard about Gene Hackman passing away.
Yes.
So upon finding out more, I got really pissed off listening to it because Gene died a week after his wife did. She died from a very rare virus that you get from mice, poop and pee.
Yeah.
Okay.
My thing is, Gene apparently had a heart attack that was brought on due to the advanced stages of Alzheimer's he had. Okay, hold on. There's a reason why I'm ranting.
Oh boy.
Why the fuck, and I'm saying it like this, didn't his kids go and check on him, didn't call him, nothing. He sat in that house for a week, not even knowing who he is, and his wife had already passed away, and then he had a heart attack, and nobody thought to, the neighbor, they thought it was a little weird. They hadn't seen him in about a week.
We don't know their family dynamic.
Apparently, he was real close with his kids. Like, they're all boo-hooing on TV and shit, and I'm like, I'm like,
people will do anything for 15 minutes of fame. Let's be honest.
And
whether they're, the way that if they were in that house for a full week without anybody thinking, oh, maybe after one day of not hearing. If I don't hear from my mom in one day, I'm gonna text her, be like, hey, what up?
I mean, the neighbor thought it was weird that she hadn't seen either one of them in a couple days. So, she called in for a wellness check, and I'm like, it's not their responsibility.
Yeah.
Where is okay, their stepmother's close in age with them because his kids are in their 60s.
Yeah.
If that's your issue, get over it. I mean, it just really pissed me because it's like, poor Gene probably didn't even know his wife. I didn't even know Gene had Alzheimer's. That was kind of surprising. But for him to be in a house a week with a corpse, not even knowing it.
Yeah. Well, and then one of the dogs passed away too, right?
Well, they think from the same
1 out of 3
did.
1 out of 3.
Which that disease is why I wash my soda cans and my canned goods when I come in from the store.
Yeah.
I've been doing that for 30 years.
Ding, ding, ding.
What's that?
I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gone But Not Forgotten Part 2. Out of left field.
No, I just had to rant on that for a minute because it just...
Well, and then the thing, on the topic then, because he is a bigger star and stuff, he was obviously mentioned at the Academy Awards last weekend. No, he was.
Was he?
He was. It was Michelle Trachtenberg, Molly Shannon, Tony Todd, the late great Tony Todd. There's a few others that were left out of the in memoriam.
Icons.
Although Gene Hackman was the most recent to die, but they included him because...
What about Molly Shannon?
Not saying that...
Huh?
What about Molly Shannon?
Not Molly Shannon. Shannon Doherty.
I was gonna say
included. I don't know.
I was like, Molly Shannon's...
Yeah, Molly Shannon's still kicking. She's superstar. But okay, all right, moving on.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's topic tonight, dear?
Getting a little real. I mean, it was getting the movie. This topic's gonna be a little real too because it's based on. We're doing movies based on true stories.
Ooh.
So I thought that would be a little fun. Get a little real about topics that have happened that are based on.
Well, if I can start it off with one.
You already started this bad boy off. I think we should give the man who doesn't speak much to the topic. Is there a movie that you know of that's based on a true story that you like?
The most recent one we went and saw was
whenever we went and saw Bonhoeffer together? Yeah. I have Angel Studios just listed on the list because most of all their films are basically based on true stories, you know what I mean? So on the topic of, you got Bonhoeffer, who is an incredible guy I had no idea about. I don't know if they taught about him in school or not, but I didn't really know about him or his character or just the person in general, who he was. So we saw that film and how powerful his movement was and him speaking out on everything going on.
It's a pretty impressive movie for sure.
Teaching the true word, you know what I mean? So, and then one of their also most recent, they got Rule Breakers out now. I really want to go see. And it's a woman empowerment film I really want to check out. But, recently we went and saw we saw Homestead, and we also saw, Homestead was more fictional.
No. Homestead's not happened yet.
Yeah, that's true. Not happened yet.
The future events.
Yeah, like Idiocracy. That's technically happening now.
Oh my gosh. When I first saw that, I couldn't even laugh. I couldn't even laugh because I was like, oh my God, that's our future.
Yeah.
That's our future.
It's actually sad.
Did you hear about
it? Was a great movie.
Yeah.
And it was
funny.
Hilarious.
But the more you watch it, the more you're like,
we're
really headed there. We really are headed there.
Was created from Idiocracy?
No.
Crocs.
It's got electrolytes.
Oh my God.
Crocs were the shoes that they used in the movie.
Because they said nobody's gonna wear these. These are the ugliest things ever.
Oh man, and then they blew up, didn't
they?
Like they have roller skate Crocs now.
I will tell you what.
It's got electrolytes.
I am a softie for a Wilson, so Luke and Owen, I'll watch their movies.
It's what plants crave. Electrolytes.
You said, you're softy for Wilson. My brain goes to Home Improvement.
Or the show they
neighbor.
watch. Yeah. The show they watch. Ouch, my balls. Another episode of Ouch, my balls.
The game show at the end was just too much for me.
Yeah.
What movies were you just talking about?
I was just talking about just Angel Studios in general, because most like Brave the Dark.
Because there are two that I want to bring up that are based on true stories that I absolutely loved. One was whenever you took me to see The Blind.
Yeah, I had that on here too.
I was a big Duck Dynasty fan. Jace all the way, like big fan. And this story is about the dad and his wife, how they got together, and oh my God, I absolutely loved it. It's so good.
Beautiful story.
It just like shows like you can literally fall apart. You could fall apart, but then once you get right again, like it's beautiful. It's a beautiful story.
Yeah, I like Uncle Si. That was always my favorite character.
I actually had a hat. It was a camo hat, believe it or not. And it said Team Jace. My Aunt Linda bought it for me because she knew I loved Duck Dynasty. But the other one is, I can't remember the exact name of it, but I think it's something along the lines of a miracle, and it's about this little girl that has something in her stomach that is making it swell, and they have no idea what it is.
Was it Miracles from Heaven?
I think so, something like that. It's so beautiful, but it tells a story about how she fell down in behind this rotted tree and fell on her head. Oh, well, they couldn't get to her, and they like thought she was dead because she wasn't talking, she wasn't moving, she wasn't doing anything. But then whenever they do finally get her out, spoiler alert, but this movie's been around for at least 10 years now. She's like alive. And she tells how she spoke to Jesus, and he's the one that healed her. And then the mass and everything was gone. She was completely cured.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And it's based on a true event. It is a true story.
Well, it's like that movie 90 Minutes in Heaven. Yeah. That's a really great film.
I loved that.
That's the one that we watched together. I think all three where they're talking about afterlife and stuff.
Oh no, that's Afterlife. That's what I'm thinking of.
Well, that's After Death.
After Death. That's
the documentary, which is based on true stories of people who've died and faced the afterlife.
I love those.
I don't know if you've noticed, but they're streaming on there now a movie called Hoovie, and it's got Cody Winley and Patrick Warburton, It's based on a true
that's one
story.
I want to watch.
think
too.
I saw it about 8 years ago because I was like, I saw the trailer and I'm like, so I tag John in it, Christian's dad. I said, John, is that the one we went and seen in Brighton at that church? He goes, yeah, I think it is. And he was a basketball player that he had a tumor in his brain, and he ended up having brain surgery, and he had to learn how to walk again, talk, and all that, and learn how to play basketball again. It was, that was a really, really beautiful story, I thought.
Yes, very good one.
Jumping on this train real quick though, Hidden Figures. Have you guys seen that movie? Oh my God, it is phenomenal.
It's about women working for NASA, and it was before women. It was like a women colored thing too. Like,
yeah, so they were the first like kind of black women in NASA to get the ball rolling. Basically, Catherine. It's Catherine. She's she's just a human computer. She can come up with calculations and she can just, the trajectory of this lady, it's phenomenal. And one superior like really sees that in her and he like eliminates.
Wasn't that Octavia Spencer?
She was in it.
Yeah.
But she's not the one that plays Catherine.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Sorry.
Octavia Spencer. That name sounds familiar. Who's that?
She
She's been in
plays
a lot of
Ma.
stuff. She's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she's been in a lot.
Or in The Help, she made the shit pie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I got the sniffles. If you hear my
You're
sniffles
good.
throughout the
You're
film.
on me about the table.
Well,
Sorry.
the table's just that going throughout it all, man.
Sorry.
You're starting a musical up in this joint. This ain't about musicals.
Sorry.
I'm sure there's probably some true stories.
But no, if you haven't seen that movie though, for real, watch it. It is so good. We have it, or I think it's upstairs.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's another
There's got
good
so
one.
many movies.
We have our own like rental.
Yep. I thought, going a little darker on this one, Zero Dark 30.
Yeah.
The film that was about
great.
I don't think I saw
hunting
that
and
one.
killing of Osama bin Laden. It was nominated for Best Picture. I don't think it
my
won,
God,
but
I would
it was
love to see that.
It's
It was
great.
really cool.
I got it upstairs.
Oh
It's
my
like
gosh! Okay, yeah, we
It's
gotta
really
watch
Really,
that.
they
good.
did it just like the people actually like it happened too.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know who was on that team that took out Bin Laden? John Cena's brother.
Really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Ooh.
yeah. He
Fancy.
Because when it happened, they had a pay-per-view that night, and John, and like you can look it up online. He lets everybody know at the arena. He goes, I know we just got done with a great pay-per-view. You know, we're sending everybody home happy.
God.
But he's like, I've got even better news. He goes, we finally took down Osama bin Laden. And
Amazing.
There's like 20,000 people in this arena, and they're going nuts.
Oh my gosh! That is, and that's a part. Like, if you think about it, each kind of generation has their own like big thing. That was ours.
Yeah.
Mine
It
was
was pretty crazy.
Saddam Hussein and
Yeah, that one
No,
wasn't
no.
as big
I mean,
though.
9/11 was
True
like the big
story
thing.
movies, not true story.
But yeah, let's get back on topic.
Technically, true stories are based. Movies is on the true story.
let's go more recent. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but The Unbreakable Boy,
No, I don't think I have.
which I found out that was actually more recent than even I thought. It's about a kid with autism, but also has brittle bone disease. And he's navigating through junior high and all that. And
See, I don't know if I'll have the strength to watch that. I'm not good with sad movies.
it had a happy ending.
Yeah, I don't know how you do with a boy in a striped pajamas. And
I can't watch it. I have not. I've seen it advertised, but I can't do it.
It's so good, but it's tough.
My heart will not.
It's about two boys that become friends that are on two opposite opposing sides, but they become friends.
Yeah, I don't think I can do it because I know it ends sad. You tricked me with Bridge to Terabithia. You're not going to trick me with that.
That's not a true story. That's fiction.
No, but I'd like to actually talk about, did you guys know that The Blind Side was supposed to be based on true events, but then he came out and said, no, that's not how it happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said that is not how it happened. It was not. It was not like that at
No.
all. And
Story,
I think
man.
he sued them for riches.
He still is.
Yeah, if you don't make a true story, you don't follow that story. Follow that life.
Because they
The
didn't
best
even give him
viability.
anything. They didn't even give him anything
Really?
from the film. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he would at least get like credit for like acknowledgement credit. Or,
No,
No.
nothing.
Yeah, they probably just heard about
It
the
was
story
a
and was like, ooh, that
falsified
sounds like a
story.
good movie.
Ugh,
That they benefited from and left him out of.
Yep.
that's bogus.
Yeah.
And they probably get what they deserve then.
So
I hope so. I hope so.
Another one that I saw recently, which was on a whim because it was we didn't know anything about the movie. All we knew was what it was rated. It was a come see a upcoming film. Now usually with those, it's like one you'll see a year or so in advance. This one was only a couple of days.
What is it?
It's called Last Breath,
So I'm saying,
I heard about it. You mean One Last Breath?
something like that. Yeah, I call it. I keep calling it the final
suspense.
breath. But so it's based on a true story from 2012 or 13.
Okay.
About a team that goes underwater to fix a pipeline,
Okay.
and everything that can go wrong does go wrong. The main character Chris ends up, he should have been dead from this, but the whole point of the movie is they're trying to rescue him. He went 27 minutes without oxygen, and he has no residual effects. Like he's fine today. Like he's
What?
yeah.
that's crazy.
So like, I mean,
What?
what I
think it happened.
well, what I-
Medically, though,
yeah,
I mean,
Dr.
that's a miracle.
Well, what I think it is the fact that he, like they said in the end of the movie, is he was so far down, and the water was so cold. They think that that's what preserved his brain and everything. And
Like
I
Dexter.
mean, that would make sense.
now, now
That's fiction, though.
the greatest
It's fake.
line out of the whole thing was the very last thing, and it was a home video from a few weeks later. They go back to finish the job,
Yeah.
and the guy that Woody Harrelson plays in the movie goes, "Hey, Chris, don't fuck it up this time."
Yeah. Wow.
And they all start laughing like.
Wow. That is crazy.
But like, could you imagine 27 minutes
No.
and you have nothing wrong? And like he didn't come to for like 10 minutes after they had found him.
Wow.
And he's just sitting there and he's not blinking anything. He's just,
Jeez
and he looks over at
Louise.
Woody Harrelson and he goes, dude, what's wrong with you?
Oh, that's the Woody Harrelson movie.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's what I got like halfway through it. I was like, oh wait a minute, this was advertising.
Well,
not
see,
that
I
long
was
ago.
thinking, I was like, I think that's that movie that I was just thinking of.
And like,
I do want to see that. I love me some
It
Woody
looks good.
Harrelson.
What about the Open
I didn't know
Water?
that's what it was about though.
You guys remember Open Water from like the mid 2000s?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
About the story about the couple that got left behind on
left
the
behind.
boat.
Out on the
Yeah.
And then they ended up getting eaten by sharks. Like they were out there for days. Dude, that movie, like,
Oh my
It-
gosh. Could you
it was-
imagine being in that position?
it's
How do you get
definitely
left out
it's
there?
definitely not like a rewatchable movie because like I mean it's just like because you watch it once and it's the anticipation being out there. It's kind of long and drawn out because obviously they're in the water. There's
Right.
for a long period of time. It's just basically character
floating.
type based movie that you follow along. But it's
I think you have to be a certain kind of person to really want to sit and watch those movies.
well, I was just curious because I heard it was
Yeah.
a true story about. I watched it.
Yeah.
and
There's
was-
nothing wrong with that. I just don't think I personally could
Don't
sit and
judge
watch
me.
two people just sitting in a
well,
boat.
my question
Yeah.
is, how did they
That's
know
true.
that they were stuck in a boat and got eaten by sharks?
Because it's been they never found them.
Well, exactly.
But
So how do they
actually,
know?
Well, what the fuck else do you think's gonna happen?
if I'm thinking about it, 127 hours.
Oh yeah.
You're
Yeah, I
just
had
seeing
that.
That's really
him.
good.
Yeah, I know. But you're just seeing him stuck. And I mean, that
it's-
movie completely compelled me. That movie was
Yeah,
so
hun-
good, and you wouldn't think because the entirety of the movie is him stuck and him surviving.
Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite.
He said that's what
James
sucked.
Franco.
No, not just James Franco. Just in general, just like survivor story, true story. It's really well done. Darn it! Danny Boyle is the director of it. The editing is fantastic in
It
the
was a
film.
good movie.
The soundtrack, the score was beautiful. It was just a really well done film and really portrayed it. And
And you
Aaron
had to talk me
Rothstein
into
even
it.
said whenever he saw the film for himself, he said that was actually really hard to watch because he said it was so
Similar to what
basically,
he went to. Yeah.
And only the director and James Franco were actually the only two to see his actual tapes because he did film when he was down there. So they actually saw to get in the character and see the realism of what he went through. They only put like snippets of it online, and it's like at the beginning when he thinks like he's gonna be down there, so it's kind of like him saying his goodbye to his mom and dad. But you don't really see any of the other brutal stuff because he filmed a lot of it, like basically before vlogging was like an actual thing. He kind of vlogged it in a sense.
Wow,
the whole experience.
Documenting what you think is your own death.
Yeah,
isn't that wild?
So,
it is.
Yeah, he didn't film when he actually chiseled away for real and stuff, but and it's in his book. You can actually find the photo online. But he did when he stepped away. He took a photo because it was like that was like the moment his life changed. So he took a photo of that moment with his blood on the rock and
your
everything.
fucking scrapbook?
Right.
So do you call it based on a true story or do you call it a documentary?
Based on a true story.
I mean, it's based on a true story. It's not documentary style. It's filmed.
Documentaries are a completely different style.
I mean, because of the fact he documented everything.
But you don't see that documentation until they make a documentary of that.
Everything.
I consider this a based on true events movie.
One thing that I also do love about the film is you don't see the title of the film until the moment he's trapped, and then 127 hours hits the screen. That's like 17 minutes into the film. You get the title. Because that obviously starts the 127 hours he was there, which is crazy. But yeah, that's the moment like you see the title.
Yeah, you had to convince me to watch that movie because I was like, I don't think I'm going to be into it.
Yeah, James Franco. I mean, that film that year was nominated for a lot of stuff. Yeah. He was nominated for Best Actor. His performance was great. Outside of who he is as a person, his performance was great.
He is, despite how much of a crap person he is.
The man has his flaws like every other human, but when it comes to movies, I've learned to trust him because usually he's spot on with it.
I mean, he's funny and like
Disaster Artist was fantastic. That movie was phenomenal.
That's another true story.
It is. You're welcome.
I'm referring to Ryan, not James Franco.
What?
When it comes to movie. You have your flaws.
His recommendations.
Yes,
but when he's about to take you out.
I know. Keep getting closer and closer every time.
But
he was before we started. Dalton was like, "Can I switch seats?"
I should have done it.
He does have his flaws like every other human, but when it comes to his movies, I've learned to trust him because they're always usually spot on. Every once in a while, it's what the fuck are you thinking, Ryan?
I still haven't forgiven him for Bridge to Terabithia, so I kind of go in skeptical.
Well, yeah, but his favorite trilogy is Terrifier, so I mean...
No.
Don't even listen.
Did I ever recommend a movie for you that you really enjoyed?
The Walk. I want to see that still.
Oh, yeah, we still got to see that. That's based on a true story.
What is it?
Is it?
I think it is just called The Walk, or is it Walk the Line?
No, it's Walk the Line. Walk the Line is another one.
That's the Johnny Cash.
The Walk
is based on
true story. It is.
Yes.
The Walk is based on a true story about a French tightrope walker who tight-walked Twin Towers.
Okay, yeah.
I have a thing with heights.
That actor. What's his name?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I love him.
He did fantastic in that role.
He does really good.
His accent and everything.
I forget what else he's in.
Staying on dark topic though, real quick. Did you guys know that Silent Hill is based on a true event?
What?
The city of Chernobyl is like
Russia.
It's that, but then there's also somewhere, I can't remember exactly where, but I think it's in Pennsylvania. There was an underground fire and it is still burning.
No,
that's crazy.
Oh my gosh! Okay, you're gonna play me. You're gonna play me.
Just comes up through the streets and stuff.
I literally did a school paper on this exact event.
She's gonna win.
Is he supposed to play with or not?
Another one with
Silent Hill, based on a true story. Boom.
Another one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt that was pretty good with even
Centralia.
With Seth Rogen at 50-50.
Try it later.
Yeah,
that was a good one. About the character who had like cancer and he was having like his final days and stuff, hanging out with his friends, doing the best he can. And
I thought that was 500 Days of Summer.
No, that's 50-50, but 500 might be real too. I don't freaking know.
No, I thought that was
300.
That is.
I guess that is real.
It is technically based on a real.
I mean, Zack Snyder might have followed the graphic novel and gone very scale with it, but
Centralia, Pennsylvania.
Here we go.
Is the event that inspired Silent Hills.
Inspired, not based.
It's inspired by a true event. It is an inferno.
Inferno.
Look it up. I literally did a high school paper on this place. Literally,
sounds pretty sweet.
It was.
You want to talk dark? How about what's real dark for real in real life? something called social media, and they did a movie about it called The Social Network. Let's talk
remember
about that dark
I
topic.
I thought you were talking
Because
about
it's
Unfriended.
running everybody's lives, and everybody's going crazy over it, and everybody's...
What is it?
Just social media in general, but it's called The Social Network. Remember Social Network?
I didn't watch
I don't think it won, but I know it was nominated for Best Picture
I haven't
one
seen
year.
it. I
but
know which one you're
It
talking
had
about.
Jesse Eisenberg in it,
Yeah, I
Andrew
know, yeah.
Garfield,
I
based
never
on...
watched it. I wasn't interested.
not Tom, because Tom was MySpace. They didn't make a movie on Tom.
Mark
what the F?
Zuckerberg.
I bet you if
Yeah.
we went back to our MySpace
Zuckerberg,
profiles,
whatever
Tom
the
would
fuck.
still be our friend. I don't think Mark has ever once friend requested me. You just joined MySpace and Tom is automatically your friend, man.
It was
You
pretty
make a movie
sweet.
about him.
Those were good old days.
Yeah. And then
Now
you had
it's
your
a music site.
Then you had
Is
your
it?
top 8.
Yeah.
You had your top
Damn.
8 friends, and your friends would get all offended.
You
You're like,
don't
I'm not
remember-
number 1.
you don't
and then you get a
remember
girlfriend. They're like,
MySpace?
oh, I'm number 2 now. And you're just- man, that started a war, bro. Before Facebook, before all this people
Yeah.
going crazy and fighting and
Your top
unfriending
8.
and blocking each
My
other,
what?
man.
Your top 8.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, that's
the
what it
whole
was.
top 8, man, that started a thing, bro. Oh my
It
god,
did.
I can't
Memories.
say how many times I changed. I'm like, yeah, there, you're number 2 now, or you're number 1. I'm like, here, whatever, blah blah.
I don't
and then
even
I have to explain to my
remember the
girlfriend,
people in
I
my
had to put on
top
number
8.
1 because he was
They
complaining.
changed a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, so much has changed, man. People don't even know. People don't even know. What about $1 Million Baby? That was a fun one.
I didn't
Oh,
watch
the
it.
Hilary
boxing movie?
Swank,
Where she's a
and
boxer.
Clint Eastwood.
Mhm.
Yeah, the boxer.
It's pretty good.
Jennifer's Body is based on a true story.
What?
We were
movie
talking about
sucked
Megan Fox. It
ass.
did, dude. And they were
I
recently just talking
liked
about a
it.
sequel.
Never seen it.
I did not.
Because it had her
That's
in
not
it.
good,
I didn't
bro.
like her.
I
Megan
mean,
Megan
Fox.
that's fair.
Seyfried and
Didn't like
Megan
Megan
Fox.
Fox.
Yeah.
It
It's
just
so good. It's crazy.
no.
Now her coming back from the dead is fake.
Just seemed
But there's actually a band that sacrificed this girl and they got busted for it.
that's weird.
Want to talk real dark? Well, we talk about Netflix's Dahmer, huh? David Peters, dude, he killed
It's
it.
pretty good.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Killed it.
I
No pun
have not
intended.
seen it, but I heard he did so good that people
fantastic.
were like, take a break.
Yeah, he
Take
had
a break.
he-
Yeah, they were legitimately worried about him. They were like,
Yeah.
take a break.
No, that movie it was legit.
Staying
legit.
staying
Very
on the
well
serial
done.
killer route.
Oh boy, here we go.
Remember whenever we watched the Ted Bundy one
yeah.
Bundy.
with
Oh yeah, it was Zac Efron.
with Zac Efron?
Ooh,
At the end of it,
He was a
Ryan
lady
like
killer.
sounds good.
he was so good at what he did that Ryan actually had to turn around and goes, "Did he do it?" I'm like, "Yes."
Wow.
He's like, I
So,
did not
you're gonna-
have sexual relations
You're-
with those women.
You're going to
Wrong
find
person,
this
my bad.
crazy. But I found out.
When are they gonna
What?
make a Bill Clinton movie?
That'd be good.
Come on, I want to see some BJ in
Dude,
the Oval Office on
dude,
screen. Come
dude.
on now.
Hey,
Sorry.
if we want to watch a comedy in politics, I'll just watch C-SPAN. For fuck's sake.
What about
But,
Father of the Year?
But apparently, Nightmare on Elm Street is
Yes.
based on true events.
not really.
It
but
was in
yeah.
Africa. It was in Africa. People were dying in their sleep
Yeah.
after having
what happens.
after waking up and screaming about this man being in their dreams.
That was murder.
Several people were
Yeah.
doing
It
it.
sounds like the devil. Everything's the devil in you, mama.
That's creepy though.
Foosball's the devil.
Yeah.
Foosball.
But yeah, that was a thing. Sorry, I'm gonna adjust my
Yeah.
mic real quick.
I was-
Girl, it's probably all. If I ever cut to you for the I don't do it no more because ain't nobody really care or watch it. But if I cut for the
Damn.
social medias, if I cut for the social medias,
Try
if
to
I were to
chop
cut
that
for the
mic.
social medias, it's gonna be all up in your face anyway.
Okay.
See how we got it down and low,
I prefer
so that
it
way
this
you can
way.
see our
Yeah.
eyeballs when we're looking
Dude,
at you.
I
I
wish-
like leaning back.
I wish you'd have. I bet you do.
TJ, if you don't want to get your ass whooped, I suggest you just move on.
To the fighting words.
Yum yum, come
What
get
about
you.
Zodiac? Keeping on the top.
Ooh.
Tag
I was just thinking
of that.
Zodiac. That was
But
a
is it-
damn good movie.
Yeah.
It is inspired by real events,
Yes.
isn't it?
No,
The
not
Zodiac
all.
Killer
Could
Well,
you
I knew
imagine?
that,
Real
but I
thing.
didn't know if it was like taken.
Could you imagine without today's technology going back to the 70s, 80s and being a freaking serial killer, man, just how much you get away with?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I
Be
want
pretty
to or
crazy.
anything.
Imagine
Yeah.
all the ones that
Hey.
did.
Not saying I want
Hey.
to. But
Who says
saying,
I-
man, can no ring, no doorbells, no none of that stuff. Man,
Who
you can get
says
away
I
with a
need
lot
to
of
go
stuff.
back to that time frame to do it?
Well,
I'm pretty
good
good
luck.
at it now.
Good luck getting away with it now.
From
I'm the
hell.
only one at this table who's been getting away with it for the last 8 years.
Liar.
Sarah's my cover. So I got, like Dexter style. She's like my Rita. I'm just using this shit all to the skies. That way I look
Okay.
like a normal person.
Anyways,
Ain't nobody suspect me, right?
I don't know. Maybe
Ryan.
not before,
Nobody
but they
suspect
sure
me.
will now.
Ryan.
Oh, shoot. Now it's out there in public now. I'm going to have to cut that. Cut it.
You can edit
Anyways,
it.
Everybody knows now.
Ryan, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to get this
I
out.
saw that coming.
Yeah, but
From
you did.
Hell with Johnny Depp. Have you guys ever
Oh,
seen that?
yeah.
It is about
Everything's
Jack the Ripper.
with you, mama.
It's about Jack the Ripper, and his crimes in London.
Did you hear that recently they think that it wasn't a male?
They discovered who it was. They have discovered who it was. They linked it to a doctor.
As a man or
they
woman?
linked it to a male doctor.
Or both. Apparently, some of the letters was licked by a woman.
Are you sure it's not a man?
I'm
It's
sure.
a woman. It's a man.
His wife was probably in on it with him.
Can be any of them.
Probably some weird sex fetish.
But yeah, no, they
Licking
did
letters.
recently. I actually have a Jack the Ripper book upstairs that I'm reading. It's I love Jack the Ripper and the Zodiac are my top. Like if I don't want to say I have a favorite serial killer, but they would be it if that's how you want to classify it.
I never really thought about it.
You know,
I don't know. Ed Gein was pretty cool.
I'm gonna go back to some
He
more.
actually inspired
Inspired
Leatherface, Norman Bates, and there was another one. I know there was another one that Ed Gein.
Texas Chainsaw.
But anyway,
Jeepers
we already said
Creepers?
that one.
Maybe.
No,
Because he sewed the body parts and that.
no, I'm gonna look it up.
I'm gonna go back to a little bit more inspiring, exciting, real stuff.
Maybe.
What about United 93?
Yeah.
The movie about the passengers that
that's the one.
overtook the flight.
Yeah.
Basically,
Dude,
Oh,
so
the one that was
I-
supposed to hit
so
the Pentagon?
Yeah.
I got to go to because that was the one that crashed in Pennsylvania.
yeah.
I stayed across the street from it
Oh
when,
wow.
when I went to Philly, and we actually walked over there the next morning when we figured it out.
Seems pretty cool.
Yeah. I was like, man, why is there a bunch of people across the street in the field? And then there's this big ass sign, and I'm like, oh, whoop.
Hacksaw Ridge. Did y'all see
I didn't
that
see
one?
that.
Mel
Yeah.
Gibson directed film with Andrew Garfield, Hacksaw Ridge. It was about the World War II. And it was one of the medics who actually was, he had faith in God and everything, and he was against guns and weapons like that. And he actually went into the battlefield and saved 75 soldiers without a single.
Yes,
that
with
movie was
Andrew
beautiful,
Garfield,
yes.
right?
It
Yep.
was so good.
I need to
So
see that.
good.
I need to see that.
And the fact that actually happened is just a miracle. It's
what
a
about,
beautiful story.
The Battle of Iwo Jima.
Yeah, that's
the
another
Clint
one.
Eastwood
Yes, yes. That's
I
another good
I
one.
think his dad was one of those guys.
Really?
I think.
That's wild.
Would you consider the Titanic?
Oh yeah.
I mean, without the whole love story
no,
thing.
no, no,
I would
no.
say-
That was the best part.
I mean,
Come
if you're
on.
I
counting
think that was
true
made up.
story
Alright.
stuff, I mean, it
Come on.
actually went down pretty. I mean, lifelike, man.
Did you hear the new
Seeing that movie in
kinda
IMAX
sad.
3D, it felt like I was on the boat when it was sinking.
did
It
you
was
hear the new theory
amazing.
going on about the Titanic?
What?
Dude, it's gonna dissolve in like another 10 years.
The
It's done.
Titanic was not actually
Sure.
the Titanic.
That's not new, honey
Oh,
bun.
my
That's been around
goodness.
for many years, and
Yeah.
everybody knows that it was
Yes.
actually the Odyssey.
Dalton even knows it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
seen
that it was
like
actually the
documentaries
Odyssey.
about
Different
it.
Name.
No, it's
No,
been
it's
around.
the
But,
Odyssey.
That story's been around since 1912.
But it's the owner of Macy's or something like that,
Macy's.
and it was
mean J.C. Penney's?
it was an insurance scam.
Oh, 100%.
yeah.
It was 100%.
What do you think-
Thousands
what do you
of people died for an insurance claim.
See, now we're getting ready to turn into conspiracy talk. I was say
That's
that for
what I was
another
thinking.
episode, but I'm just saying that even goes into the whole
So
9/11
cool, though.
thing too. I mean, what do you think?
Well, we can talk about movie conspiracies.
Wasn't it months before it happened?
6 months,
They pulled
they
out
had-
insurance claims and all
Yeah.
that stuff and everything.
Well-
and not only that, but they had just put in new elevators and everything,
Yeah.
and they were in there for like a while. So
Well,
imagine what they were
on
doing,
top of
setting
that-
off bombs
on
because
top
it
of
was a
that-
controlled explosion.
On
Talk
top
about
of
the
that,
wildfires in California.
two other things.
People out there with flamethrowers.
They had apparently they had knowledge of the attack 6 months in advance, but they didn't take it seriously. But then also in '93, when they did it the first time, and nothing happened, the planes just
Well, it's kind of also whenever you see that video of like whenever you see that George Bush was at the reading and they come and tell him it happened, it's almost like you can see on his face that like obviously he had to keep it together for the kids and everything, but you can almost tell his expression was almost like it was kind of like sadness and there's a lot of feeling like regret and stuff like that because it was almost like it was almost like the Secret Service guy was telling him like it's done,
yeah.
or so you know what I mean, like it happened. I don't know.
Did you see?
Not trying to get. We don't know
so-
what was actually said or what happened or anything. I'm just saying, like, you just don't know. Like,
Yeah.
but he did keep it together. And a reporter, of course, found out about it and then can you believe it? Calls it out in front of all the children and stuff. And George Bush shut that down quick. He was
Now-
like, not here.
Here's a interesting one for you.
What's that?
Did you know Scream is based on real events?
In a sense, yes. Yeah.
It was in Florida.
Not all of it, though, but yes.
Well, I'm talking about the first movie.
Maybe inspired. More than based.
It happened in
yeah, but the guy only
Florida.
killed like one person, and they failed, and they sucked at it.
I failed and they sucked at it.
Yeah, they went to the girl's house when she was like all home alone, and like basically just took turns. They like,
yeah, they were stabbing her with something.
They were stalking her, calling her.
They were stabbing her with a knife, though.
I think Mr. Ballin did a story on that one.
Hey, Pursuit of Happiness. That's a good one. I talk about that all day long. I love that movie with Will Smith.
Oh yeah,
that's based on a true story.
That movie broke my heart. It was a very happy ending, but it broke my heart.
You know that guy, the Chris Gardner, the guy who was about. I think he just recently died within like the last, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 years, somewhere. Not too recently, but not too recently. Like not like in the last few years or something. I think it might have been 2019. I don't remember, but yeah, no, he he's a good man.
It's a good man.
What movie is that from?
Seems like Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is.
No, it's definitely Jim Carrey.
It's 100% a Jim Carrey.
He's like, yeah, I knew him. He was a good man.
Sonic.
I hate
Sonic, because he's talking to Tom.
Movie? Oh yeah, the first movie. He's
You're
talking
welcome.
to Tom. He says,
You're welcome.
He says, what about my friend who works down there? Oh yeah, I know Spence. He's a good man. He goes, that's funny. Spence actually works at the electric, or I don't know, plumbing. I don't know.
Hey,
yeah.
He's like, Spence is a good man.
Chris Gardner just turned 71.
No, he's dead.
No, he's not.
Bullshit.
He's still alive.
I could have swore that he's passed away. My bad. Oh my god, I feel horrible.
That's the man, right? He just turned 71.
People are gonna be really scared for a minute. And it took him a minute to look that up, so people are like probably thinking that.
Oh shoot, my
for
bad.
the longest time.
Cut, scrap the episode, start over. Here we go. Real talk. Hey everybody, welcome back to Real Talk. We're going to keep it real about life and film. Tonight we're going to talk about true stories. All right, everybody, true stories. Let's hit a true story. True story.
Well,
what about Public Enemies? Tom Dillinger.
Oh yeah,
Johnny Depp.
Yep,
Yeah.
Johnny Depp was in it.
Freaking fantastic. I love Public Enemies. He was also fantastic in Black Mass, which is also a true pop story.
What'd you say his name was?
Johnny Depp.
No.
Ryan, that's
who'd he play?
Not in return. John Dillinger.
You said Tom Dillinger first. I'm like,
man, I'm probably thinking because that's we were just talking about Tom.
I'm like,
Tom
from Sonic. Sarah probably doesn't even care. I just mentioned her boyfriend Johnny. He was great in Public Enemy.
I was listening.
He's really good in Black Mass.
What do you think about him in Black Mass? And
I didn't watch
Public
it.
Enemy? Oh my goodness, you don't like?
He's pretty good.
movies?
Not really.
Not even with your boy Johnny. But
I
you'll
mech
watch him.
give it a shot.
But you'll watch
guess.
him be like, I got a job, I got a job, I got a job.
I mean, I do like him more in his more theatrical roles like that.
Oh yeah. Then what about this movie when he's Sweeney Todd?
Ooh, Dunkirk.
Yeah, I got that on my list.
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
Yeah, that was such a good one.
Dunkirk.
Valkyrie.
Dunkirk.
Valkyrie.
Dunkirk. Christopher Nolan.
What's it about?
The fighter fights.
Okay.
It's so
I thought
good.
it was a war movie.
Now, a lot of the movie, there's not really any dialogue happening. It's all just there's so many things happening. It is so well done. If you honestly, if you like war movies, you will like this.
We watched it in
I like
Georgia,
it to like an
good.
extent.
or we watched
It
it,
was
in
good.
Tennessee in a home theater.
What?
What?
Oh yeah, we did. Because Ryan had it. We bought it shortly after it came out. And whenever we went to Tennessee, we watched it on the big screen again because it had a theater.
It was so good.
It was so good.
Tennessee had a theater. That's amazing.
Home
The
theater.
cabin, goofball.
And we had arcade games and pool and a hot tub and a jacuzzi.
Dude, wait till you see the house that I'm staying in, dude.
Yeah, I already saw your pictures, mister. You ain't got to talk about it right now because that ain't about a true story. It hasn't happened yet.
Isn't Saving Private Ryan based on a true story while we're on the topic of war movies?
I think so.
I'm trying to think if I've seen that.
What else?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's so good.
I thought it was called Saving Ryan's Private.
Sully, yeah.
Sully?
With Tom Hanks.
Sully.
Oh my god.
Sully.
Yeah. The pilot. Yeah, he was a pilot.
Yep. Had to land a plane and he was the only survivor.
And Flight.
That's probably pretty bad.
With Denzel Washington.
I did not see that
What's
one.
that?
Flight.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was true story or not, though. I was just thinking of it because Sully and firefighting, pilots and flying. What about Jet Li's Fearless? That was based on a true story.
Was
about
it?
True martial artist, yeah. You didn't know that? Fearless,
No.
Yeah, it was about true martial artists. That all actually happened for real.
Oh.
Did you ever see Fearless? The subtitled movie?
It's been an
awesome.
extremely long time.
So good.
Extremely. It was actually one of the first foreign films I've seen.
It was one of Jet Li's, like, it was a big passion project for him because he was a big fan of his work and who he was. So he was a very...
What's that one where he's got the collar?
His first movie that he did himself? Like produced it
I don't
himself
know.
or something?
It might have been, yeah. I mean, they titled it Jet Li's Fearless. But I think there might have been other movies called Fearless, so they're just like, let's call it Jet Li's Fearless.
I know it's not based on a true story, but what's that one where he's wearing the collar?
Oh, Unleashed.
Unleashed. Okay.
Which is
pretty
freaking
sweet.
That
awesome.
was such a good one.
Dude, Bob Hoskins played a very good bad guy.
He said, get him. Get him. That's what he said. Get him.
That is probably one of my favorite Jet Li and Bob Hoskins films.
Yeah.
Did you know Unstoppable was based on a true story? A train movie? Chris Pine and Denzel Washington.
I did not.
Unstoppable was based on a true story. It was based on a true story. What about Remember the Titans? Y'all remember the Titans? Remember?
Oh my gosh.
Remember the Titans?
Football movie, Sunshine.
That's a sequel.
Hey,
remember the Titans.
When I went to Philly, we stopped in Gettysburg, and I got to walk where they were at Gettysburg College.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty cool.
What
Yeah,
about
dude.
We Are the Marshals?
We Are the Marshals. That's probably one of my favorite football
I've
movies.
seen that one.
Next
Oh my
to
gosh.
Rudy.
no,
We had-
Rudy.
Facing the Giants. It's a damn good movie.
Rudy.
See, I don't think I
Good,
saw
man, but
Facing the Giants.
I think that's a very overrated film.
Not a lot
Whenever
of
we
football
talk
movies.
underrated, overrated films,
See,
I think
and
Rudy's very
I'm
overrated.
not super. There are actually
It was
only two
classic.
football movies in the world that I actually like, and that's The Longest Yard
And
and
The Water
We
Boy.
Are the
Yeah.
Marshals.
What
Longest
about
Yard's
What about
good.
the
Watch
Water
it.
Boy?
what about Hey Arnold? Move it, football head.
Well,
That's not a
Waterboy,
football
yeah.
movie.
I'm kidding.
Waterboy?
What
I
about
love
Charlie
Water-
Brown?
I do
Because he's
love me
always
some Water Boy.
What about Charlie
Okay,
Brown?
3.
Hey, what about Charlie Brown? He's always getting the football removed from him.
Oh,
He
yeah,
wants to
that's
kick it.
right.
He just wants to kick the damn ball.
That's also not considered a
I'm
football
just kidding.
movie.
Come on, man. I'm just saying. It's
But
close.
We Are the Marshals is it's sad. Just to give you a heads up, it is sad.
Okay.
Just like Walk the Line that
Like,
we
what
mentioned
makes it
If you
earlier.
sad, though? Like,
have
they
you
lose
have
in
you
the end?
seriously never heard of this?
No.
What?
It's
We Are the Marshals?
cannot
Never heard
believe
of
we
it.
have
Matthew
not heard of it.
McConaughey. All right.
No, okay, so it's about
We
these
are
kids
the Marshals.
that are flying to go play in a game, and the flight goes down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's actually
I
they
think-
make a brief appearance in Beetlejuice.
I think
They're
this-
the football players that go into the room. Yeah,
Really?
I think they're just
It's the same universe? Is it the same
Loose.
director
wasn't
or
there only
something?
like one survivor?
I don't think that there was.
I thought there was
Survivor.
one that had to like
yeah.
deal with the impact,
no,
or maybe
the-
he didn't go.
Let me
Right?
see.
No, the coach survived because if you remember in Beetlejuice,
It's been so long since I've seen it.
they're talking to the caseworker and Juno, and they're like, "Coach, I don't think we survived." She goes, "I'm not your coach. He did survive."
Everyone on board.
What about Lincoln?
Oh.
4 scores and 7 years ago, real talk after dark. Suck dick.
Damn.
So Abraham
moving on.
Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, isn't based on a true story.
No,
That's where my mind went.
I'm talking with
I don't know why. I just
That
was like,
movie
what's
wait a
his
so
minute.
name?
good.
The method actor, freaking Daniel
Day-Lewis.
Day-Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's
he actually won for that.
Here's a fun fact about
Gangs of New
Lincoln.
York.
Okay,
He is actually an undefeated professional wrestler.
I have heard that.
Liar.
Who is?
What about David Arquette?
Lennon?
Yeah.
And hey, that's not the most
Actually, I'm the most undefeated wrestler here.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Because I've never stepped foot in a ring, so I'm undefeated, baby.
Guess that makes sense. In a really weird way.
That's not what that means.
Yeah, no, that's
Winner
what it
by
means.
default.
That's what it means. What about Wolf of Wall Street, the crazy cocaine-fueled movie?
I did not watch that. I'm not a huge Leonardo
The one with
DiCaprio
Leo
fan.
and
if I'm
Jonah
being
Hill, and they're
honest.
fighting.
I didn't like it.
No. And that's the movie where you see
I
the
don't think I
meme
made
of
it that
Leo.
far.
That's the meme of the movie where you see he says, "I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving."
They trying
Remember
to
that?
throw him out of
He was like
his office, right?
something like that, and he goes, "You know what? I'm not fucking leaving." And he's like, "I'm not fucking leaving."
he mentioned something. White Boy Rick.
I have
I've
no
never
idea.
heard of that.
It's about a single father who's struggling to raise 2 teenagers in the height of the crack epidemic of the 80s in Detroit.
Oh shit.
He was an illegal guns armsman.
Who starred in that bad boy?
I don't know.
Ricky
Stanicki? I've never even heard of it.
John
I've never
Cena,
heard
you
of it.
can't see me.
John Cena.
There's actually like only
Dude.
2 Leonardo DiCaprio songs that movies that I actually like.
I think
Sorry,
The
I'm tired.
Revenant's somewhat based on
The
true
Revenant
story.
is somewhat
yeah.
based on a true story. That is one of the only
Matthew
2.
McConaughey was in White Boy Rick.
All right. What about Mud? That was based about Dallas Buyers Club. That was based.
What
Sounds
about
pretty good.
What about Milk?
Yes, Sean
Milk,
Penn.
Yeah, Milk was based on a true story.
You know what else was? The Fighter. Did y'all see The Fighter with
No.
Christian Bale, Mark
yeah.
Wahlberg? That was
I
a
There
great
was,
film.
too.
Yeah, I
Great
heard.
film.
I
loved
it
it.
It was
looked
really good.
sad. It looked sad.
It's so good. Christian, that was another movie.
You
where
You
Christian-
didn't deny that it was sad, so
I don't. It's been so long since I've seen it.
It's
But
not
it's a
that
really
sad.
good movie.
Are you talking about The Fighter?
I don't think
Yeah.
anybody really
No.
like dies.
Oh.
No, it wasn't
Christian
sad.
Bale. That was a movie that Christian Bale lost a lot of weight
Oh,
for.
you know
Yeah.
what? I'm thinking
In between, I
of
think,
the
Dark Knight and Dark Rises.
Southpaw with
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
Jake
yeah.
Gyllenhaal.
That's
That
pretty
was
sad
sad.
too.
Southpaw. Yeah,
See that I
bro.
can't watch.
Oh,
That one I
man.
can't watch.
That was rough.
I love
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he's great. I don't think I can watch that one.
I can
don't
only
think I've
watch
got
it
it in me.
once.
I don't think I've got it in me. I'm not good with sad. I'm really not.
What about basketball coach Carter?
You ever heard of it?
With Samuel
With,
Jackson?
yep.
Nope.
Never heard of it?
So
About Radio?
That was a great
he
movie.
was kind of like Remember the Titans coach, but for
Okay.
basketball, he was a no nonsense, dick to everybody.
Yeah.
But he was a damn good coach.
But
He said, I've had it with these effing kids in this effing football
He was
stadium.
more of a dick towards the black boys because he was trying to teach them,
About snakes on a plane.
I mean, he was a dick.
yeah, no, I get it.
They thought that they could overrun him, and he goes, "Oh yeah, guess what?
He said, "You're
Good.
off. You're
Game's
off."
canceled."
Yep. Yeah, dude, he canceled the game. I remember that shit. The parents were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, this was 80s, 70s or 80s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was good, dude.
Wasn't Pay It Forward based on a true
Yes.
event?
I think
It
so.
was.
See, that movie I've only been able to watch once. Once I can't do
very,
it.
Very,
You know, another movie based in real about my boy Jake Gyllenhaal. Stronger. Remember Stronger?
yeah.
It was based about one of the guys that got blown up in that marathon, the Boston Marathon.
Oh, yeah.
He was like he was out in the crowd.
That was a
Oh, yeah.
good
Yeah.
movie. That was
He was a
such a
survivor.
good
I don't need
movie.
to know about a movie and Jake Gyllenhaal and blowing anything.
Oh my
It's not-
goodness!
it's
See,
not
now
Brokeback
you go.
Mountain again.
Oh God.
Don't you? This one of my
Uh-oh.
favorite romantic love movies of all time that we
What about Radio?
discuss so intimately.
Radio was
With
that was a
Is that
Cuba,
true?
yeah.
Cuba
That
Gooding
is
Jr.
true. That is true. I forgot
Yeah.
about radio. Dang it.
Because radio.
Oh, with Robin Williams? Oh. Isn't did
Robin
he get
Williams.
I don't think he was
Williams
in
plays
it.
a mentally
Didn't he
retarded
play-
black guy.
Jack.
Oh no,
Jack.
I got
Yeah.
confused with that one where he's
That was a fictional,
the
Little
okay.
boy.
I guess I got it just confused where he's the radio host.
Oh no,
Oh.
that's
Have you not seen that?
Good Morning Vietnam.
Yeah.
No, that I mean,
I just got it confused for
You're
that.
thinking of
So
Rain
fuck
Man.
you.
You thinking of Rain Man?
but no, radio.
He said 75 what? 75 matches? 75?
What I thought was cool about radio was the fact that radio was on the movie set.
Oh,
So
okay.
Said,
like,
I go radio. Yeah.
so like,
That's pretty cool.
in a lot of the
Coach.
scenes
Coach,
that
Coach.
That's how he talked, kind of.
It is. It was
Cuba
weird.
Gooding Jr. was radio.
Okay.
The actual radio, if you actually pay attention, he's in a lot of the scenes,
He is.
and like
He talk like this, coach.
Yeah.
He talk like that, coach. Yeah.
When they locked him up in the prison.
I go down to teach football.
Hey, where my pie, Co Jones? Where
Where
my
my
pie? Where
Oh
my
my
pie?
God.
Dude, he killed. I don't know. Did he win?
Yeah,
He won for that.
I believe so.
He should have been. Not. I was as a kid. I was younger then, so I didn't really follow the awards like I do now. So I'd have to like study the history of it to like really understand like who won what. I know we did a podcast about that episode too already, but we didn't really cover everything. Academy Awards Part 2 coming tomorrow. I mean, just kidding.
You want to know what
Coming on
movie that I
OnlyFans.
liked that while technically not based on true events, it kind of is a movie
really?
about being based on true events, and that's the Weird Al movie
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
with Daniel
True
Radcliffe.
story, but
Because
not a
Because
true
it's a,
story.
it's a fake story, sort of.
Yeah, it's true, but not true at the same time.
Right.
It's a true story as told by Weird Al.
And that's what I love
Yeah.
about it. It's a movie version of his songs.
It
He's
is.
just
pretty
he's
cool.
doing a parody of
Like,
documentaries.
it took me a while to realize that he was making a parody to movies.
Oh my
Oh my god!
How did you not
Look at
realize
this man over here?
Well, I mean, like,
Slap him upside the head.
because
He always
at
get
first I'm like, he didn't sleep with Madonna. What the?
That's what I was wondering too.
And then if you look at the bottom of the movie case, it says it's a
God.
parody film.
It,
And I'm
yeah.
like,
Duh.
I'm like, which by the way, he's coming September 14th.
Yeah, I know.
Is he?
Yeah.
A lot of people are coming this year, besides Santa Claus.
Well, if you do everything right.
And me.
White and Nerdy is my favorite.
Gotta get
That's a
my
good one.
nerdy. Gonna get him wet and nerdy.
I still need to finish that movie though. Remember when we watched
You
it
fell
upstairs?
asleep?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. I thought whenever it was over, I said, what'd you think?
Oh,
Because I woke up. I woke up before.
You son of a bitch.
So
You caught him at the end of the movie, and you caught me at the beginning of the movie.
and he
You're
said,
lucky. I sit farther away.
hey, son of a bitches.
did you ever see The Bling Ring?
Nope.
That was based on the,
Bling Bling.
I think it was 2013. Kids were robbing Hollywood stars in L.A.
Remember the hot
Oh,
chick?
wow.
It has
Yeah.
Remember that chick?
Hot chick.
Said, ling ling, you forgot your bling ling.
freaking Emma Watson in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She said, ling ling, pick up the phone.
What about that movie about the Sharon Tate murder
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh,
with Charles Manson? Yep.
What's it called?
Something in Hollywood Nights or something. Come on. Well, in Helter Skelter
Helter, yeah.
See, that's
came
what I
out
thought it
a
was.
long
Quentin-
time
that
ago.
was-
They just made
Tarantino.
another one.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino.
Inglourious Bastards.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh.
Once Upon a
yeah.
Time in Hollywood.
Yes.
Such a good movie.
But,
He threw the can of beans in that BI. You know the girl he threw the can at? She actually just won Best Actress for North. And she was also the killer in Scream 5.
Yep.
Ooh.
But
That's
Walk the line, I walk the line, I walk the
I
line.
already mentioned that one.
Helter
Real
Skelter.
fast,
But
real fast.
what about Summer of Sam?
What about Ray Charles, bitch?
I never watched that movie, but yeah.
Summer of Sam was dark.
It was. What about
I can
Catch Me If You
imagine
Can?
he was a dark person.
Yeah. He believed that this dog that lived outside his apartment was the devil and told him to kill people. It was in the 70s at the height of
Talking to the dog, is
schizophrenia
that true?
outbreak.
No.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ryan, that's a fictional
scary.
story about a dog.
Shit. You know what? You know it wasn't a fictional Alpha Dog.
Yeah.
That was for real.
My
know that, Justin Timberlake?
my brother's
No.
brother knew the guys.
Bye bye bye.
I don't think I watched it.
Bye bye bye.
Dude,
Timberlake.
you want to talk about a sad movie that's dark as fuck?
Can't do it then.
Alpha Dogs.
Alpha
like,
Dog. I just
I'm
said
good.
Alpha Dog.
Yeah, I know.
Is it
That's what I'm saying. But
I can't do
dark.
sad.
my brother
That has Anton in it
Yeah.
who passed away.
my brother's
When he
brother
got-
Cameron knew the kid.
No,
'Cause they all live in the same area.
no.
And
It was like
because we were
across the
talking,
country.
That's scary.
he lives in California, you dellhole.
You're dull.
Let's get back
my
on the
God.
topic of David.
Jungle.
or,
Daniel
Daniel.
Radcliffe.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe.
The Jungle is so good. It's about these three friends that go out to the jungle and they're just like they're,
Shit.
They take a poop.
they end up getting separated, and Daniel's character has to survive in the jungle by himself, and he does. It's amazing.
Is he like the only one that survived though?
Well, one is still missing,
Bow chicka wow wow.
but they're
That
of
was
the
your-
three.
That was your 10-minute warning. 10-minute warning. Bow chicka wow wow.
Okay, Ryan,
So
It's called
Sorry, I
just
didn't
Jungle.
mean to do the ksh after the
the
ksh.
jungle
That's the
was
last ksh.
Radcliffe.
so good.
Saving Silverman. That's the last ksh.
It's a good one.
Over and out. Ksh, ksh. You don't have to do the ksh every time. Dolphin Tale was a true story. You guys know that one?
I didn't watch that one.
It was a
no.
damn good movie.
Was
too.
it?
Yeah, I forget what it was about. It's been so long. I just had to mention it because it was really good. I remember it.
Supposedly, Hostel is based on a website that somebody stumbled across.
Oh,
It is.
Dark-
They do that
dark
stuff
web.
for real, bro.
I believe it.
I'm never traveling outside
Think
of the
about
US.
how many millionaires and billionaires, dude. If you can afford anything and everything, what the hell are you gonna?
Okay.
I mean, if you've already got everything, what else are you gonna want to do? You're gonna want to tickle your fancies
So,
a little bit and try some new things that you can legally get away with somehow.
Another
They
Until
covered
the
it up.
Epstein list comes out. Until the Epstein list comes out, then you're all fucked.
Another
Why else
gen-
do you think all these actors are moving out of the country? Just saying.
another
Besides Trump.
another
They're running.
Denzel film, American Gangsters.
Yes, I got that
Oh,
one
yeah.
too. What about the founder about McDonald's
That was a good movie.
with Michael Keaton? That
Yep.
was a damn
And you
good
know what's
movie.
funny is he didn't even found McDonald's. It was a restaurant before him.
Yeah.
Something called The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind.
Yeah, I already mentioned that movie. Just kidding. That was The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Yeah. Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. That was another 9/11 film that was about a kid who lost his dad.
Ooh.
It's a
Is
rough
that
film.
with Pete Davidson?
No.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of the Pete Davidson movie. Never mind. His dad. Never mind.
Moneyball.
Soloist.
Good one.
Jamie Foxx and Robert Downey Jr.
I don't think I saw that.
About a violin guy, like he was like a well-known violin guy that ends up being homeless or something like that, and Robert Downey Jr. finds him and basically brings him back to his talents and his roots.
Oh, nice.
It's really good.
I'm amazed that you didn't pick this one up, and it's an Academy Award winning
Talked about so many movies, man.
Schindler's List.
Yeah, I know. We got so many movies on this, and we're almost out of time. I can't mention them all.
Catch Me If You Can.
I mentioned it just a little bit ago when y'all was in the middle of talking and yapping.
Did you know it's actually not based on a true story?
I know. Isn't that funny?
For so many years, he claimed it was all true. And then about 6 months ago, he goes, yeah, it was all bullshit.
Yeah, Captain Phillips.
He goes, hey, I wrote it.
Hey, that's a good one.
I'm the captain now. I am the captain now. I'm the host. I am the host of this podcast now.
He called him Irish.
Once Upon a Time in China.
Yeah, what about Everest? That's another damn good movie about a real life astronaut up in space. Just kidding. Do you know another movie that's probably based for real? Want to talk about conspiracies? What about that new movie? What was it called? Man on the Moon?
What's it about?
Man on the Moon was freaking Jim Carrey.
Oh, no, that new movie that had Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum in it. It was about the fake moon landing. How they filmed a fake moon landing in case the real one didn't go planned. But of course, in the movie, the real one actually happened. But it was almost like they're literally putting it in our freaking faces that they faked it all, showing how they could fake it and how they did fake it. And how, you think about how the F did they get the camera? Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon. How the F did they get the camera on? They had to film everything. You know what I mean? That's it.
I'm like, man,
it's almost like no joke. It's almost like it's a true story, and they're throwing in our freaking faces how they faked the moon landing without telling us they faked it by faking a fake movie about the fake landing, about it not being fake, but they filmed the real one. So it's almost like they're like, yeah, it really happened this way, but no, for real. Just saying it. Just say it. Say.
I have two I want to drop.
How did
real
they get
quick.
there so fast and we haven't been back?
Okay, go.
So I have two that are actually like super sweet ones. The first one is A Christmas Cottage. I showed this one to Ryan. It's my favorite Christmas movie. It's with Jared. Oh, yes, it does. It's got Jared Padalecki in it, and it's about the artist Thomas Kincaid, which I love his artwork. I love his artwork. I still have a calendar from the early 2000s.
My mom did not know that he committed suicide.
Yeah, he killed himself.
We were talking about that one day, and she goes, "No, he didn't." And she's reading about it, and she goes, and she thought he was like.
No, yeah, he passed away. I want to say it was almost 10 years.
Yeah, it was about 10 years ago.
About 10 years ago. Well, in that, I felt devastated because I realized I was never going to get another calendar painted by him.
No, actually, I think he still has a couple that they're releasing.
But then the next one is called Finding Neverland, and it also has Johnny Depp in it.
Which I brought up in Black Mass and Public Enemies, and nobody really acknowledged, but that's fine. Johnny Depp, boo-hoo.
But it's about the author of Peter Pan.
Yeah.
It's such a good, sweet movie. It is such a good, sweet movie. It's got Kate Winslet in it as well. She freaking annihilates. I love Kate Winslet.
You know what based on true story I will bring?
What?
Passion of the Christ.
Oh, yep. There we go.
Boom.
Good one.
Just had to drop a truth bomb on y'all there.
I got to ask you, because this is a movie coming out, and it's based on true events.
Let's go.
But it's The Last Supper. But
I'm not really that interested.
It's going to be a 10-hour movie.
Yeah, I'm good.
Whoa. Is that real?
Yeah. Tell me that's not freaking... I'm like, what in the hell are you going to talk about for 10 hours? Because they're not going to get to The Last Supper until the last 30 minutes.
You think about it, we're for 42 episodes in now, and they're an hour a piece, so that's what?
A 4,200
hours?
A 42-hour movie?
Or I'm not good at
4,200, he said.
400 hours?
Actually, if we're going to be technical...
That's a lot.
If we're going to be technical, we're at
If anybody sits and listens to that.
50, because we had the 2-hour episode, and then most of these end up going over an hour, so...
That is true. Some of things go over an hour. We're probably closer to 500.
The end.
What was that?
Everybody who's listening is like, oh, I'm so glad, and they clicked out already. And if you're the ones that clicked out, you suck. You blew it. You got to drop your line.
You blew it.
You blew it.
You guys are dorks.
They already clicked out. Anybody else got any final words for the night? for the True Stories, for the Gone But Not Forgotten Part 2. All of a sudden, at the beginning of this episode, that we didn't even go back to. So stay tuned for Gone But Not Forgotten Part 2.5.
Okay.
Just kidding.
So minute wise, we're at 2,520.
Oh wow.
How you do the math like that?
40,
Calculator.
42 episodes times 60 minutes.
This guy's crazy, man. It was fun while it lasted, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh lordy.
Hey.
There's just a lot of really good movies out there that are just based on true stories.
Yeah.
Series finale, true story. Real Talk After Dark.
Real talk.
It's been real, y'all.
You know,
Thanks for joining us.
I can't
Thanks for
wait
listening.
for that movie to come out in theaters.
Well, Real Talk After Dark,
Yeah.
the end.
Real Talk After
The
Dark.
end.
And
Based on a true story.
that'll wrap up the series, right?
No. We're going to go the Dexter route. We're going to make like 8 different fucking,
Yeah, we're gonna do
spin-offs.
spin-offs. Real Talk in the morning, Real Talk in the evening, Real Talk in supper time. And then you got After Dark, of course.
Real Talk
The original, the OG.
with Sue Johansson, the sex lady.
Who, Johansson?
I think she's
Sue.
long gone now,
Oh,
though,
yeah.
isn't she?
Yeah.
I do remember seeing her late at nights, and she'd be like,
yeah.
"Oh, I got this Tanager right
She's
here."
like,
you're
she's like,
talking about.
this is how you properly lubricate it.
Yeah, dude. I think she was basically my sex teacher.
She was the
She was-
original Haktua.
No way.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
I remember
Oh my
her now.
gosh. Yeah.
You got Haktua and spit on that thing and then just crank the shaft.
I don't think I ever saw Sue do no spitting.
Oh, she did.
Oh, Lordy me. It's been so long.
Because you know what always made me laugh is that would be on at 2:00 in the morning, and then right
Yep.
after that it'd be the Girls Gone Wild infomercial.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing those. The censor would be as close as you can get.
It's like
Next to Free Showtime. I remember Free Showtime whenever they had like the softcore porn, basically. I don't know if there was ever really any like intercourse or like any like actual insertion because you never really saw it.
Nope.
But they were naked on grinding on top of each other. I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. My all
Sarah's
10-year-old
like-
eyes. I saw it.
Sarah's like, "You're an idiot."
No, I did.
I've heard
I
that
saw
some
boobies.
of them actually just
Saw
do
boobies.
it.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of
It
them
wouldn't
just do
surprise
it.
me if they did. It was like, we might as well be doing it for real if you want a real performance.
With the skin-colored underwears.
Yeah. The cocksock. as they call it.
Amityville Horror, just dropping that in there real quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
forgot about him. The horror. Man, why you going? We should go with the demon route right after we drop.
I
a good
like
one.
horror movies.
We dropped
Those are
Jesus,
most
and
of
she's
them
like, we're gonna
based
end on
on
it.
true
She
stories
said,
that
we're
I
really
know.
are.
She said we're
That's
ending
the
on a
coolest thing
demonic
about
note.
them.
No, Passion of the Christ for the win.
Okay.
The end.
Well,
Okay.
It's been real, guys. It's been fun.
Yep.
What do you guys think about the real true stories of tonight? Because this
Check
is a
them
true.
out.
This
If
is
you
a true
haven't seen
story.
any of them, highly recommend
We're
most
not-
of the films.
You know,
Scripted. We're not
Hey,
scripted.
you know,
That's for
before,
sure.
Before we go, I'm amazed
Hide
that
the script,
nobody
hide the script.
mentioned a based on true story TV series.
Oh boy, here we go. I did. I brought up the Domino. That was a TV series.
No. Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh my goodness. What about cops? Bad
Those
boys,
are
bad boys. What you
documentary
gonna do?
style.
What you... Actually, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me
With
if
sound-
cops
voice sound over.
Oh, dude, Cops
You know it
was.
was. Especially Reno 911 because you got that. It ain't me. It ain't mine. It ain't mine. I swear.
that was good, though. That was a good show.
Bad boys, bad boys.
Right?
True
So
story. True
scripted.
story.
I used to watch that with my dad and always wonder if I was ever going to see him on it.
God.
Oh,
It's either that or to catch
did
Predator.
you ever hear of the show called
Good God. Run.
World's
Run.
Stupidest Criminals?
Hey man, you sound like the world's stupidest co-host podcaster right now.
Okay,
We're talking away
so-
from your microphone.
In
Ain't nobody gonna hear that.
World's Stupidest Criminals, there's an episode from I was a little kid when it happened, but it was a highway speed chase down 111, and he crashes into the barricade at in Pontoon, right there at the hen house, and I'm like,
What?
What, bro? It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall. He knocked it over. Look at it leaning.
Now I see it.
Look at it leaning. He
Okay,
knocked
let's
it.
go ahead and end this episode.
What are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
Just
There we
making it
go.
Oh
worse.
my gosh.
okay,
Just made it worse.
Technical difficulties. That was
No.
fun. Sorry we got a little too real, a little too dark there for you. I'll have a little real talk after dark.
Hey.
True story
hey,
based.
you
Taking out
never
our
set. Cough.
you never apologize for that because we're real about life and film.
REEL, film real.
You really knocked over the set.
Everything's the devil with his mama. Good night, everybody. Thanks
Yes.
for joining
Go
us.
play me some foosball now.
Yeah, you do that. Go and play some foosball for real. Make it a true story.
Mr. Ballin covered the
Waterboy.
one with
What? Just messed up the whole riff.
check it out.
True stories.
After farts.
Lights and film. What? We are still live and filming. What? We still live and filming. What? We still live and filming.